Yes. You know the cry. Yo, Fletch changed his jaw to the soothe pose. I love it. Hello. You know what this means. Is it Thursday yet? Yes, yes, y'all. To the beach, y'all. Back again. Everybody, welcome back to Coffee Break with JM. Um, we might have a low. I think we're gonna have low numbers because I just think everybody's watching football, yo. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I like the light scheme we got going on today. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Good to see everybody back. Yo, who knew? What's up, El Jamal? Good to see you, brother. I think the last time I was on the energy was good. I think I wasn't feeling great, and we kind of powered through an episode, but we always have fun. I hope that the energy's higher. I hope you guys are here for me the way I am for you. And we, as we like to say, talk that good talk. So good to see everybody again. Let me know if you're in. Let me put your hands where my eyes can see. Let me know you're here. Sound off. Salute to the field marshal. What up, E? Well, see, I don't, I don't have to diss football or sports ball or whatever people call it who don't like sports. I think everybody can enjoy things, but I appreciate your vote of confidence because you're here. You could be anywhere in the world tonight, E, but you're right here with me. What up, Suze? Suze just cut the ribbon. Hello, y'all. Let's chop this up. That's right. How you guys doing? How's my family doing? It's great to see you guys. The weather's changing. We're still. Oh, we had another one of those famous Philadelphia flood, lightning, hurricane warnings again. It was pretty crazy this morning. I thought I was going to have to cancel or something like that, but it kind of worked itself out. I did see some reports from a little further out from where I am. There was some really bad street flooding, and you just see people's cars just like floating away. It's the most surreal sight. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Ben? It's good to see you, brother. He got the he put the Wu Tangs up. Wu Tang. All right, so okay, hold on. We know our W's, right? It's Wu Tang and it's Weezer. What club are you with? You roll with the Wu and you roll with Weezer. I know my signs. Good to see you, brother. um, but yeah, I always look forward to this. I had something funny going on my Instagram a little while ago. If you follow me, you can go see it real quick. I've been enjoying posting these things. Posting either it's like weird stuff I see out in the world, or I guess acts of nature. But I think one of the most famous things that I've posted lately was that the Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie cereal. I didn't make that up, and it's not like you don't have it in your supermarket, but people were really into that. But I picked up dinner tonight, and it wound up being a KFC night. Now, mind you, especially since the pandemic, and maybe we could talk about that. Um, the pandemic has really changed my eating habits. Um, and I come from a family that usually cooks and eats dinner. Um, and I know people who live in other places who don't know how to cook. They never have food in the refrigerator. All of their meals are a to-go container, or they go out all the time. I used to call that New York. That was like New York stuff to me. People, like, you go to people's cribs, they just have nothing. They have nothing but like soy sauce packets in their fridge because they eat all their meals out. And I enjoyed fast food for what it's worth, um, but just not being able to go to restaurants and do all kind of stuff, and people kind of working on their cooking game made me really kind of appreciate home cooked meals. You missed that. That was a whole thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, we might have to go back to that. But one the very low amount of times that I've gone out or sat someplace or sat in a restaurant, it just wasn't that great. And I wonder how you guys feel about that. If you've started to venture back into the world, if you've sat in a diner or sat at a restaurant, or you've sat on an outdoor dining someplace, did it taste? I mean, does it taste the same? As something's different. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's the food. Maybe it's the love. Maybe it's the anticipation is different. But I feel myself going more than not. I can make this at home. Why am I even here? Why did I just spend this money on this? So, you know, all that said, once in a while we'll get takeout, and it's very rare. And also, I wonder how you guys feel about all of those Uber Eats and Grubhubs and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I went to KFC. They upsold me. It's fine. They got their extra $3, and I got like one of those not obscene buckets of chicken, because you figure you can make that stretch and turn that into lunch or a leftover dinner. And one of the things that was on the picture that I couldn't really make out from my car, because I ordered in the car, it was a half gallon of a beverage. Now, the container, like the size up from what I ordered, came with a bucket, and I think the bucket had the half gallon of soda in it. I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with the bucket, so let me just get this other thing. And I didn't want it anyway. I didn't want the soda. I've been super off of soda, and I don't eat sugar anyway like that. Like, I don't drink sugary drinks. But I was just like, ugh. And they're like, what kind of beverage do you want? And I was like, I don't know, Diet Pepsi. And they handed me an IV bag. It was like you would straight hang it to a pole and run it into somebody's arm. And I posted that on Insta. It was like it was a half gallon of soda hanging in a bag with a twist off cap. And it's like a bladder, right? I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, or you've been buying MREs like that. I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to read through some of these things in the chat and say hello and see what you guys are talking about. Yo, what up, Miguel? How are you, brother? Miguel, I love that you've turned into a caffeine. When did you show up? You just kind of popped up one day, but I'd love to know how you kind of fell into our little crew here. So let us know, kind of your origin story. Oh, you guys got that storm in New York too. Yeah. It was in Philly a little earlier though. No, notorious. What's up, JRD? JRD says, sorry I'm late, brewing coffee and cleaning the kitchen at the same time. Good to see you, my man. Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Paul Pate, I hope you're feeling better. I saw on your social you weren't in the best of ways, but sip of coffee for Paul Pate. I haven't pulled out the special edition Pac-Man mug for tonight with the 3D effect. Look at that with the bezel. Hope you're feeling better. Fletch says, went to the Granite State Comic Con last weekend. First con since 2019. It's crazy. It was great to see some friends and made some new ones. Huh. Were there? I'm sure they had some sort of like COVID restrictions and stuff, but did you feel like people were respecting that or enforcing, or people enforcing those rules? I mean, I don't want to talk a lot about masks and all that kind of stuff, but it's just like I just don't trust other people, right? Like you can only be responsible for yourself, but were you feeling like, okay, this is okay, I'll be okay, throwing your time there? And how long was the show? Did you stay for days? To the food thing, JRD says we cook all the time and get takeout when we want to break. Yeah, that's kind of how we do it. Or if it's just like it's not going to happen tonight. But even with the takeout, it wasn't that great. You know, I said to my cousin that the food looked better. The food looked better on the menu, and then when I ate it, I was just like, it kind of made me think about people. And I don't know if you guys know anybody who just eats for sustenance. I eat for fuel. Usually, like athletes or extreme body people. It's just like I just eat for sustenance. I just ate it because I needed to eat, and then I was just like, now what am I gonna do with this soda? But I milked that bladder of soda for all it's worth. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys are talking about sports. E says ate in a seafood restaurant while on vacation at the beach a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic. Maybe the best catfish I've ever had. Yo, I've rides for catfish. Only the second time I've eaten inside a restaurant since it all started. Okay, cool. What do you put on your catfish, E? You seem like a hot sauce type of guy to me. Oh, Miguel says YouTube recommended you guys. Wow, that's fantastic. The algorithm wins for once in our favor. Yeah, man, it's great to have you around. And I think I saw you bought one of the is it Thursday Yet mugs. Sip of coffee from Miguel. I appreciate that. Fletch says everyone was masked. I didn't see many people without them. I felt comfortable. Only went on Sunday. Yeah. JRD posits, I agree. My restaurant background and my wife's skill means we can basically make anything we crave better than most places. Now you sound like you're humble bragging. Takeout is usually fried food, which we don't do at home for safety reasons. Yeah, man. Oh, you copped a sticker too. Yo, get at me, man. I'll send you some stuff. I did say anybody that buys a mug from JRD, I'm gonna send them something. So hit me up on the DMs or whatever. Most of you guys follow me other places. So just get at me and I'll get your address and I'll send something out to you. What up, JoJo? What's happening, rapping? What's happening, rapping? Oh, a little tartar sauce. Nice. That's what's up. Suze. Hold on. You know what time? You know what it's time for? Freeze frame. Dun, dun, Sue's pose. Freeze frame. Sue's pose. Where's my John? Hold on. I got too many. I got too many podcasts, y'all. What up, Suze? Sue says we went on vacation and had a burger and it was great. 9 exclamation points. Hadn't had one in a long time. Was so worth it. Yeah, I mean, when it's good, it's like, yo, I really missed this. And I just have to say, I haven't had a lot of great takeout meals yet. I mean, there's a couple, and it's funny in my area. All of a sudden, all these seafood places popped up, and where I live ain't really attached to like open water, whatever. I'm from West Philly. I'm used to eating stuff that's probably not as fresh as it should be. But oh, you know what? No, I did have some really good crab legs for my birthday. I had a crab boil. That was dope. But yeah, I do enjoy a good burger. JRD says, look at Fletcher's avatar. Well, sir, you were late. I already remarked on Fletcher's avatar. That's so funny. I think we're going to have to do a Sue's Pose challenge. I am going to challenge all of you to give me your best Sue's pose and then send it to me, however you know me, and then maybe I'll put them on. I'll put them on the next coffee break. It's all right. It's what happens when you're late, brother. Matt says we ordered a pizza months ago and they delivered it to the wrong house. Well, we found it on their porch. The ants had found it. You had to go get it. They didn't send you another one. That's a violation. Hey, what up, boo boo? What's up to my shorty, Chris Dresden? How are you? It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in again for Coffee Break. This means the world to me. You're one of my favorite human beings, and it's great to see you. Ooh, boozy coffee. Is that kind of like coffee with like the yak in it? That's fantastic. You know what? I do miss breakfast. You've awakened Matt. Boozy coffee. I think you're gonna have to speak on that. Yeah, Jared. I know you had a rough week, but you know we're here. We made it. Sip of coffee for the deans. Yo, what up, Tim? Tim, did you have fun on Pencil to Pencil last night? Anybody watch Pencil to Pencil? We had Mike Mayhack on last night. It was a really good show. He was a very gracious guest, and the energy was good. We had a good talk about stuff we don't normally talk about. So good. Dude, you know what we've said already. Let's not even speak on that, right? Because this is what it is. I know. JRD says, Mike did really well. Good show. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And it's funny, I tell a lot of the guests in prep, like behind the scenes prep, because I am the super producer Scott Storch. Blink, 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 blink. You know, I produce this thing. I book, between Mike and myself, we book guests. I talk up the guests. I give them the notes, so everybody looks comfortable and relaxed, not rehearsed. Because we do all this live, baby. This ain't writtens. We ain't spitting writtens. This ain't written. And it flowed well, so that's fantastic. Chris says, right back at you, JN. Another late night drawing night with JN on the internet radio. He'll be rocking on the radio. Sue says, our agency has been giving us DoorDash gift cards, and I've enjoyed them, I have to say. Order from all different places. Yeah, and it's funny, like with the Grubs, that hub, and the dashing doors, and all of those things, and the Uber Eats. I'm always like, you get these things on your little radar screen. It's like, this place is 10 miles away. I'm like, but I'm hungry now. Why would I want to order something that I wouldn't drive to go pick it up and expect it to show up quickly? But the times that I have done it, it showed up really fast. So yeah, I'm always pleasantly surprised when the food comes fast. Yo, these ain't written. Yo, I spent a hot 16, yo. Tim says, yes, sir. Speaking of Pencil to Pencil, Mike Mayhack is Neo for all of us who aspire to do graphic novelists to streaming, to the streaming game. Amazingly useful info. Yes, sir. And, I say this all the time. I'm in a good mood tonight. I'm not going to riff. I know last week I was kind of down on the numbers. I'm like, yo, how come y'all ain't watching Pencil to Pencil? But I'm preaching to the choir. Almost everybody that watches this watches Pencil to Pencil. So I'm going to pump the brakes on that. But you can just see what kind of amazing content you get from it. And, again, I say, if you're one of those people, it's like, oh, I don't know who that is, I'm not watching. Man, you're missing out, right? Because we don't we all have garbage on the show, real rap, right? So game recognizes game. um, yeah, right. So like I said, it was a really good show. And next week we're having boot camp. I know a lot of you guys like boot camp. I like saying boot camp. Also, about the rule of threes. You see what I just did there. Now you can't wait to go see the episode next Wednesday because I locked it in your brainstem. This stuff is always fun. I love that we have a community built in. I love when you guys share this stuff. You don't hoard the stuff and you pass it on to other people. Because I know all of y'all got communities out there. I know you like hummingbirds. Like you go to one group and then you flutter over to another group. And I'm sure you see the same people in different places. Did you tell them about Coffee Break with JN? Yo, what do you do on Thursday nights? I'm kicking it with my man on the live in your video scope. Giving you that good talk every Thursday at 9 p.m. EST. The greatest man alive, the Act Nicholas one. Oh yeah. Right? Suze, oh no, I'm rubbing off on Suze. You ain't just flopping turkeys on these shows, real John. Suze, I'm about to get your nose pierced to get you some bamboo earrings. You was ready for Philly. Love it. All right, this would be a perfect time for an ID. What do you think? You're watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN, the Kevin Bacon of comics, Philadelphia's favorite son, PM John to some, Captain Scholastic to others, but your internet safe space. Hello. Well, what happens here? You get to watch me run this mouth and drink this coffee. I love this mug. This is one of my favorite mugs. Look at that. I'm a huge Pac-Man mark. And after I finish drinking this coffee, you know what happens next? Video over. Get involved. Oh, and while I'm at it, let's give a shout out to my Patronuses. You know what those are. You know who those people are. Some of you are in this room. That's right. You can be a member of good standing of my Patreon campaign for the price of a cup of coffee. You can come to Tabernacle more than once a week, more than twice a week if you watch Pencil to Pencil, and get to chop it up with me in a whole other way. One of the best parts of the campaign is my Mr. Postman tier, which I'm definitely behind on, but everybody's getting super fat packs full of stuff. You can only get that here. Nobody else gets that stuff. I make it exclusively for the Patronuses. Also, a lot of you guys know about, it ain't hard to tell, the fortnightly, thanks Jamal, exclusive podcast series I do with superstar comic artist Mike Hawthorne. Yes, that Mike Hawthorne, who's now drawing a Wonder Woman book, right? Come on, I can't make this up. And you get to watch two old buds chop it up and answer your questions. What else do you need? What else were you going to do with that $2? You want to spend it on a hot dog at the cart and then spill half of it down your shirt on your way to the office? Come on. And while I'm at it, let's give a GLO to my $2 tier. Thank you so much for your support over the years. I appreciate it. You can join the JN Army. So what are you waiting for? Yo, what up, Jerry Kraft? I think Jerry just says stuff so I can shout him out. You know who Jerry Kraft is. The Newbery Medal award-winning, New York Times best-selling author of New Kid and Class Act. That Jerry Kraft. That's right, Jerry Kraft's one of my best buds. And he's right there on your video scope. What's up, Jerry Craft? Good to see you, my man. Tim says, without going into detail, how's the books coming in terms of stamina? Well, you know what? I turned in book 1. I'm writing book 2. I'm in notes right now, and I'm feeling good. I felt like I had a little bit of a respite between these two things, and I'm in writing mode. So really, it's less. It's me. You know, we talked a little bit about this. Maybe we talked about this on one of the shows. It's I did. We talked about this on It Ain't Hard to Tell. The act of not drawing doesn't mean you're not working. Me thinking is working. You writing little pieces of stories to yourself on the back of the electric bill is working. You sitting and just like thinking about stuff is working. And I feel like we need to give that part of the process its due. That's something that I always used to undersell, but I'm starting to give that its space. If I'm going to sit in my chair over here and just look at the ceiling, I guess it's really funny to say, oh, well, I guess he's working, leave him alone. But no, I'm thinking like the stuff has to come from somewhere. So I'm kind of in this very like lucid, flowy story writing mode, and I am doing some typing on my computer and writing script, but still a lot of story structure and world building and character dialogue that I'm in right now. So, but thanks for asking, man. I'm good right now. You'll see the walls closing in later when I'm penciling the book. Tim says about to go back into the pit very soon, so gotta build back up. I just imagine us with like, those old like 80s movies where the dude's got like the wrapped hands and he's punching a bucket of sand, sharpening his hands. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Joel? It's good to see you. How are you, sir? I'm glad you keep coming back. Somebody in the chat's gonna have to catch Joel up. It's good to see you, my man. Yo, Amani, what's up, bruh? The very many nicknames for my cell phone coffee break with JN. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Wait, who made that? I think that Kenny Wong made that one up, didn't he? Sue says, see, you got to tune in and you get turned on to other artist stuff. Yo, facts. There's so many superstars in the chat right now. You don't even know. Yo, you ain't even down. Yo, for real, yo. Ooh, did you see what he did? Jared D says, yo, the synapses. I was thinking about writing synopsises. The synapses are always firing. Ideas are always flowing. And we're really just playing mental Tetris, putting ideas in the proper slots. Oh, I like that. Ding, 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 ding. I love Tetris. Do you remember when Tetris came out? Because I'm a video game nerd, and this is going to trigger me. When Tetris came out, people played so much Tetris that when they closed their eyes, they would see the blocks falling in their head, and that was such a big thing. They made a word up for that. There was an actual condition for that. I forget. Somebody gets a Gnaw prize if they know what that is. El Jamal says, I used to do my best work during my commute to the office. It's definitely work. Yeah, that's real, man. And I think it's like, what is this? J and Army, not J and Crew. Like J Crew, like the J Crew catalog. I love it. Yo, Ange, what's up, Angela Sky? Ange says, your Pac-Man mug just reminded me of this arcade place I passed by in Chinatown recently. Oh, was that the Chinatown Fair? I know about that. I have a Chinatown Fair t-shirt. Chinatown Fair was one of the last bustling arcades in New York City. I'm not even from New York, and I know about Chinatown Fair. And I backed a Kickstarter. They made a documentary about that place. This was years ago. And since then, they reopened, but I don't think it's the same. So that's probably what you were talking about. I think there's like UFO games. They call those we call those crane games in the States, but in Japan they call those UFO catchers, I think. Like what the skill claw comes down and never grabs the shit that you're trying to get, and like skee ball and stuff like that. But yeah, a big part of the fighting game community was real heavy in the Chinatown Fair. And speaking of that, and thanks for that, Ange. I'm rocking my Spaceport T-shirt. This is one of the hottest arcades in Philly back in the day. And going even back further, there were like 2 or 3 arcades all on Chestnut Street in Center City, and we used to hit one or all of them in a day's time. I spent a lot of time in Spaceport. When I was younger, there was a 2-story arcade on Chestnut Street called Zounds. I miss Zounds. A big part of my video game brain was from Zounds. And, and it just kept going like that. But yeah, sip of coffee for Spaceport. See, I rock my video game stuff very seriously. I'm not playing. The Tetris Effect. I don't think that's what it was called, Joel. I know that's what it was, but I think there was kind of like a egghead name for it. Joel says people with an ability to form short-term memory still saw the shapes after playing Tetris. Is that what that was? Chris says, I'm finishing up a drawing gig so I can jump into my head to write without interruptions. Yo, facts. Ann says, oh, where'd you go? Ann says, is the Tetris condition called the Tetris effect or syndrome? I think there was like a name, but I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I say there was something else. Oh, maybe that's it. Somebody look that up. I see you, Jamal. I got you. Ben says, what was the name of the arcade on 17th and Chestnut? We used to call that the Ghetto-cade in college because it was so big. I think that was the amusement center. There was it was Spaceport, and then there were like 2 that just didn't have names. I can't remember. Some of y'all got to save me on this. Jared says, did you see the LA-based Museum of Pinball is closing? Yeah, I just heard about that. And I follow a couple of dudes on Patreon who are video game YouTubers, and a couple of guys who are expats who live in Japan, and they do street walking videos. Pause. They them walking through neighborhoods and just filming, and they go on game hunting raids. And one of the guys was reporting, saying a lot of the arcades in Japan are starting to close down. Yo, it's real, man. When they're starting to close down arcades in Tokyo, there's a problem. But I always wonder where those. I think those games are going to auction. Like if you guys are trying to fill your basement with for real arcade games, people do wind up with them. They're not cheap, but the days of finding a Street Fighter 2 machine on a curb, I think, are over. But, there's still a collector's market for that stuff. Jared D says, Tetris syndrome. Tetris effect is the ability developed from playing so much that it restructures how you think. Yo, I can pack the trunk of a car like nobody's business. Matt says, why did every arcade smell like a damp basement? Yo, what up, Adam? Reed Punk Taco. How are you? Joel says, I see it is also called game transfer phenomena. I have this one piece of Beavis and Butthead stuck in my head when they were watching the Phenomenon video from LL Cool J. And he kept saying phenomena. It's so stupid. That's what's up. That's right. Look at the arcade manager. Yo, so my man El Jamal called for a coffee check. I gotta respond, bro. All right, let's see what we're working with. Coffee check. Watch yourself. Coffee check. Show me what you're working with. All right, let me take this off the screen because I can't have all of these graphics on at the same time. Started from the top. Now we here. You see how I flipped that? You guys aren't going to like this. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt my heart. We're running low, guys. Don't you love all these things that we have going on a coffee break? Isn't it crazy? Like, and it always refreshes itself. Every week we got something new. I want the Sue's Pose challenge to happen. You guys have to do your best Sue's Pose and email it to me. Don't put it on socials. Just like DM me or something. I don't want to like bleeding all over the internet because I want to share it on next week's coffee break. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's things. Also, something that I'm starting to enjoy is, what did I call it, JRD? Something pauses. They're not pregnant pauses. What did I call them? Dry pauses. Just where like, I don't feel like I have to say something every second that I'm on the live. I like to think, structure my thoughts. Stop saying like and and you know what I mean, and stuff like that too much. JRD. Anne says, the only social media challenge I can get behind will be sending. I can get behind. We'll be sending privately though. Yeah, don't just like throw it on your Facebook. Just send it to me. The dry pause, yeah, dry pause. The dry pause on this show is when I say something that's kind of spicy, but I don't act on it. I just go. Ange says, I like comfortable pauses or silent moments too. I like that. It was a mindful moment. I loved it. So we talked about the bladder of soda, and I started talking to one of my neighbors about chicken because they saw me come out the car with chicken, and after my experience with eating said chicken this evening, I was thinking to myself, frying chicken is a lot. I'm not going to get up here and say I fried chicken because it's like it'll destroy your house for like a whole week. But I wonder if any of you guys have a favorite chicken spot wherever you live. I'd love to hear the name of your chicken joint in your town. I don't know if Art's watching. Is my man Art Baltazar watching? The world famous cartoonist Art Baltazar. Oh yeah, man. Art is famous for repping Harold's Chicken in Chicago. Art is a proud denizen of Chicago, Illinois, and he reps Harold's really hard. Next time I go to Chicago, Art and I we're going to Harold's. I have so many people to visit in Chicago. I can't wait. So where's your favorite chicken? It may not be like, I don't know. I guess you could do the fast food places, and then you could do like hood spots, or then you could do places that aren't chicken spots that have really good chicken. I think the supermarket is in there. Like if you go to the hot counter near the deli and you get you an 8-piece bag with the Hawaiian bread, the Hawaiian biscuit, like the Hawaiian bread joint. So let's talk about that, and then I might have to hit you with a Sue's Pose. Hey Myra, how are you? I saw your post. That KFC half gallon, that bladder. That's what's up. Yeah, brother. I'm a Popeyes dude. That's right. A lot of shout outs for Popeyes. Yo, Erica's repping Harold's Chicken. That's what's up. Chicago. What's up, Erica? It's good to see you, babe. I hope everything's good. Oh yeah, hey, how are you? I didn't see you sneak in. Oh, thanks, man. They're bracelets. I have a couple of them. Thank you. Erica says reporting for duty with the oat milk tea latte. That's what's up. We still repping oat milk. I love it. So we got Harold's. Erica, when did you have Harold's? That's for you move around a little bit. So I'd love to hear what's so fantastic about Harold's Chicken. Bojangles. Yo, when we drove through North Carolina and I had a case of Cheerwine in my car, and I was like, yo, I gotta get Bojangles before I get out of here. And I think me and El Jamal had a conversation about Bojangles. It was delicious, yo, but I hated that I was eating it on my like driving down the street. That's not a good look. Tim says, great topic. Thank you. There's actually a pizzeria that sells fantastic fried chicken wings, inexpensive and tasty. I'll get some while I'm watching Foundation. Jamal says, we more often than not eat Bojangles, but I'm a fan of the fried chicken from Dame's Chicken and Waffles. Yo, can you get me a shirt? That sounds like a shirt I need to own. Like Chris, remember Oink and Moo? We never did a shirt, did we? Oink and Moo is gone, isn't it? Matt says, I actually like the fried chicken from stores like Whole Foods and Publix. I don't think they have Publix here. I hear people talking about them all the time. Jared D says, haven't found a bodega or a mom and pop place better yet. Okay. Church. Yo, shout out the Church's Chicken with the honey biscuits. Yo, so 70s churches. I don't know if churches still exists. There's no churches in Philly or this region, as far as I know. And actually, real rap, there's not a lot of fast food joints in Philly at all. Like, there's a lot of things that are not in the city proper. There's no Arby's around here. There's no Roy Rogers around here. There's there's no Jack in the Box. We don't even have like Carl's or any of those. But you got to go out to the suburbs. You might find an Arby's. Long John Silver's, Arthur Treacher's, all that stuff is not in the city. I think it has something to do with the wage tax and also not getting murdered. Let's see. E got a shout out for Bojangles. Matt says Lee's Chicken is really good. Is that a local place? They used to do great roasted chicken too, but now it's just fried. I do enjoy a nice like a baked chicken. Because you know what? Like, come on, you guys, we're getting old. We can't eat this stuff all the time. You know, and if I go to like that, we have Acme here, or if I'm from South Philly, Acme, and sometimes I'll hit up the thing. And again, like I don't want to get all this twisted. I don't eat a gang of fried food. But you know, once in a while, just like, yo, it's cheap chicken Mondays. Yo, let me get a bag of chicken, and then I'll go. You know what? Can you half and half it? Can you put fried and then put like baked in there? Because just like I got to cut some corners if I can. Yo, what up, Brad Tree? I see you. Yeah, Chris, are you still around? Can you represent Moo and Oink? I think it was Oink and Moo. It was a supermarket chain, I believe. I could be wrong. That's right, Erica. I knew that. I just didn't want to put your business in the street. I'm from Chicago, 69th. Oh, okay. Represent. I grew up eating from the 71st State spot. The three-piece fried with coleslaw and mild sauce and Wonder Bread. Yo, the white bread. Oh, no. Yo, I'm hungry all over again. That's amazing. Oh, right. I forgot about Erica's avatar. You're killing me with that avatar. Brad represents Popeyes. Yeah, you know what? People front on Popeyes, but I mean, if you had to put those spots in a lineup, I'm going with Popeyes. Yo, Brad Tree, thank you. It's great to see you, my man. Brad says Charlotte, North Carolina. The Quick Shop is part of a Shell gas station just out the city center. Why are we talking about that? Did I miss that? Do they have chicken at the gas? Are you talking about gas station chicken? Is that what you're eating? All right, Brad. I see you. Also, Charlotte, Price's Chicken Coop. Yo, can you get me a shirt? That's gonna be my thing. I want your neighborhood chicken shirt. I don't care where you live. Actually, the further away you live, for me, the better. I'm an extra large. You know, I lost a little bit. You know what I mean? And we'll settle up. Just get me the shirt, and I'll send you something for it. I need a Price's Chicken Coop shirt. Oh, do you know my theory? I didn't make this up. My theory on barbecue. You know what makes good barbecue? Is if the mascot is a pig. It's even better if the mascot is a pig and wearing a chef's hat. It's even better if the mascot is a pig wearing a chef's hat, holding a piece of pig in his cloven hoof. And also some extra bonus points if he's wearing sunglasses, playing a saxophone, or wearing a chef's apron. There's something about chicken and pork spots where the mascot is the thing you're eating, that it's eating itself. Craziest restaurant I know is on Cary in Richmond called The Eatery, run now by the third generation of a Chinese family. Great takeout, subs, pizza, and fried chicken. When you guys say subs, I just kind of wince because I know you call it subs or heroes or grinders if you're New England. Well, they hoagies here, yo. El Jamal says Heavenly Buffaloes is good as well, but it's only wings. It made me think of Speed. They're just cons. They're only cons. They're only wings. Boneless wings and chicken sandwiches. Yo, y'all from the South, so you know about flats and drums, right? I feel like that just really started happening in Philly when people order flats and drums. But we didn't say those kind of words. Matt says we have churches here. Pre-vegan Mike ate a lot of it in college. Oh, what I was going to say about churches in the 70s and the early 80s, I don't think this would work now because it's not sanitary. They had the corn on the cob roller, and it was this giant Thunderdome that was on the counter, and it had a carousel in the middle of it. I had to talk about this. And there was corn on rollers, and all right, there's a corn on a cob, and there's a stick stuck in the corn, and the stick is stuck into the carousel, and the carousel just spins like the John from Conan, where he's pushing the wheel around, and it's rolling itself in butter, and that's what's on the bottom of the carousel is just nuclear yellow butter. And then you're like, yo, can I get some corn on the cob? And the dude, this is even before people had like plastic gloves at those places. The dude would just pick one up by the stalk, and they would put it in this yellow sheath and just hand it to you. They also had fried okra too. He hollered from the other room, Red Barn fried chicken. Yo, an extra large. Get me a shirt. See, this is the power of coffee break. I would chicken wing t-shirts. Yo, Bonchon. Okay. Here in Philly, well, Bonchon is, I guess you would call it Korean twice fried chicken wings. They're delicious. The first place in Philly, which is a little outside of Philly, is Cafe Soho, where the place was so exclusive. If you weren't an impossibly hip Asian kid, they wouldn't let you in. Like you'd like be knocking on the door, and some kid with like swoopy hair would be like, "Yeah, can I help you? Yeah, I ordered the sesame wings. Yeah, just wait here." They wouldn't let you win. And Cafe Soho, I've taken some people to Cafe Soho. It's a really jazzy spot. The wings are amazing, and they have K-pop playing on giant video screens all over the place. A nice worst kept secret, but that may be up there on my chicken wing chart. But I feel like the twice fried is a little different than your normal wing. If you want to talk about wings, I feel like this is different than fried chicken. Like, we're just talking about wings. You got to ask the Leaping Mariano brothers. They're the king of wings. Sip of coffee for the Marianos. Yo, sip of coffee for Kidlet. Yo, rest up. Stay up, Kidlet. Adam says Boston Market used to have that as well. Oh, the corn carousel? They did? Yo, Ben, repping Philly. Got to put Crown fried chicken. Okay. That's what the bulletproof glass. Nothing like 2 pieces of questionable dark meat chicken with fries and a biscuit for $5.99 at 2:30. What's it now? As you know, Ben, and for all of you guys who don't know, you know what makes food taste better? Danger. Anytime you're standing at a place with your back to the wall at 3 a.m. trying to order Chinese food and you may get stabbed, that food is delicious once you eat it and you get out of there safe. It's time for an ID. I'm all tense now. You're watching Coffee Break with Jay in. You're watching Coffee Break with chicken wings. What's going on here? Well, my faithful compatriots, my caffeines, as you may know them in some circles, and you go, who are the caffeines? You know who the caffeines are. Suze, tell them who the caffeines are. The friends and regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. Well, hello. What happens here? Well, tonight you get to watch me, Jamar Nicholas, DBA Johnny Carson, the Black Dick Cavett, in your internet safe space, drink coffee and run his mouth. Mouth. And when I'm out of coffee, video over. And that's going to happen soon, you guys. Brad says he can't digest under dangerous conditions. Yo, if you ever running down the street with a cheesesteak, start the car. That's going to be delicious when you finally eat it. No decaf up in this Humpty Bumpty. Yo, she's turned out. It's crazy. Yo, it was lit. And in honor of Suze, I think it's time for a Suze pose. Freeze frame Suze pose. That was a good one. I hope you all Suze pose when I Suze pose. When I say Suze, you say pose. Or my favorite, when I put my hand upon your hip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. We have to talk about donuts one of these times, yo. Matt says the 24-hour country style donuts out by the airport. They have, is it donuts and chicken wings? Or donuts and fried chicken? I hope you're not eating that stuff, Matt. Come on. Oh, you just make my stomach hurt. Erica, what are you laughing at? Is that running with a cheesesteak? Start the car. Yeah, Adam knows about White Castle at 3 with the bulletproof glass. That's right. It's like the Arthur Avenue White Castle. Watch it back, yo, but those sliders are delicious. It's funny. Oh man, we had a lot of fun. I don't know where the time goes. You know, we just talk about food. What else do you need, right? We just talk about food. Yo, can we talk about bulletproof chicken spots? And you know what? I feel for the people You try to service the community for whatever, however you feel about who owns those places. People are spending their money in them, and there's somebody behind really thick plexiglass. And I went into one of those spots not too long ago. Now I picked up Chinese food after I hadn't been to the spot since the pandemic started and things started to loosen up. And I was like, yeah, let's get some Chinese food. And I went into the spot, and the whole thing was different. They had the bulletproof joint with the drilled in speaker holes inside the glass, and they had the Lazy Susan that Adam's talking about. So the contraption is a little door opens up, ka-chunk, almost like the bank or like the drive-through pharmacy where the joint opens up and you slide the money and it snaps back. And then they put your food on the belt and then they spin it around. But this one had a money trap where this little remember when you used to go to I don't know how they do the laundromat now, but the coin changer at the laundromat where you put the 4 quarters in the little spots and then you could chunk it. It was kind of like that, but it was just a little tray that came out of it, almost like the alien, the xenomorph mouth came out of the window, and you put your dollar in, and they snapped it back and counted it really greasy in front of you, and then they gave you the Lazy Susan. Yeah, like the post office. I used to have a PO box at the Hood post office, one of the Hood post offices in Philly, and they had the pack. They probably still do this, probably just because people are out of their minds. They had, shout out for Bulletproof Chicken, where they had the package Lazy Susan, where it was this big involved, like there was I don't know, plutonium or something. You would go to the window and go, "Hey, I have a package, I have a box," and they go, "Come on," and they would walk over a couple of yards to the window, and it was almost like you were about to launch a nuclear missile where you had to turn the keys at the same time. They would yell at you, "Don't open the door yet." All right, I'll open the door, and they would close their door. Then you would open your door and put the package in and close the door, and then they would open their door and take it out. You could never have both doors open at the same time. This almost reminds me of what we talked about, why they lock up the deodorant at the Hood CVS and the Tide detergent. I'm glad you guys think this is funny. Sue says, I've only seen bulletproof glass at banks and pharmacies, never seen bulletproof restaurants. Yo, that's how we live out here, Suze. Adam says, that's how it was back in Queens. Nothing like waiting in line at the post office wondering who's crazy enough to rob the post office. Yeah, you always kind of look at people in the line like, I don't know. Isn't that wild? Yeah, so maybe next time we'll do donuts. But like I said, I'm like totally trying to get my deal together, you know what I mean? And just just eating a bunch of fried stuff, so that's not the wave anymore. Like I know a lot of people who are vegans now. I know a lot of people who are vegetarians now. I know a lot, and back, not even that long ago, people were like, they would make that gas face look like, what do you mean you don't eat cheeseburgers? And that's not me. I eat red meat, but I don't miss just like fried stuff. And then it's one of those things where you eat it and then you're like, why did I eat this? I feel like garbage. So the less you can do with that, the better. And even with cheesesteaks, because we rep Philly, right? Everybody's like, yo, JN, how's the cheesesteaks? Like, man, you don't eat that stuff all the time. It'll kill you. Like modern day Cookie Monster, cookies are sometimes food. Cheesesteaks are sometimes food. You can't eat that stuff all the time. Give you heart disease. That's right. Health is wealth. And also knowledge is self. Jared D says, in the 80s, Adam, Oh, you're talking to the bulletproof glass may have been installed at the post office to protect the customers from the postal workers. Yo, that's the reverse glass. That's what's up. Well, this was fun, you guys. I'm gonna start wrapping. Oh, I still have coffee in here. Um, well, yeah, this has been fantastic. I think the energy was a lot higher than last week. I feel good. We got a nice little crew in here. Anne says, you should have seen when my sister told our Greek family that she's vegan. She might as well have said she doesn't want to be Greek anymore. Yo, man, that's real. And you know what? And one of the things that just happened, and I'm sure in a lot of cities they have like a Greek food festival, and they have one. They usually have one around Memorial Day, but they had two this year, and it's so good. It's so good. I always wonder about people who don't try other foods. Like, how can you just eat the same stuff all the time? But I mean, oh my goodness, I could rattle off all these things. And just the whole thing is great. Like they used to have before the pandemic, they had a giant tent, and they would have like the little kids doing like Greek circle dances and stuff like that. And there was shops, and then people would be online to get their gyros and souvlaki, and then there was a platter line, and then they had the dessert line where the Greek ladies will hook you up with Greek coffee. They would make it right in front of you with some spanakopita. Did I say that right? No, that's no. What's the sweet one? It's not spanakopita. Baklava, right? Did I do that right? Oh, so good. I eat so much and then the back of your knees start itching. That's real rap. Sip of coffee for all my Greek people out there. I have a lot of Greek friends. Also, Ange Sky. Cheers. Jared T, no stranger than Little Debbie cereal. Oh, yeah, that's gross, man. Sue's already set you up for the weekend. Gotta get some Publix fried chicken tomorrow. This has been fun, y'all. Good night. Oh, no, you're leaving. Anne says, I agree. I love eating all kinds of cuisines. I'm in a Korean barbecue phase. Ooh. Yo, I love some Korean barbecue. In this area where I used to live, right on the outskirts of Philly, there's a lot of Korean restaurants. That's where, there's a lot of pho out there, bimbap, shabu shabu, the Korean barbecue where like you sit down and they give you the hot pot and they just come out with the raw meat and they cook it right in front of you. Oh, so rickety kink, skinkety dink, rickety rink. Yeah, baklava. Right. So good. Right, I knew that. Spanakopita is a cheese pie, right? Yo, it's all love. But bimbop and yeah, japchae. I never. How do you say it? Is it japchae? Japchae? I never knew how to say that. I tried to not say that word because I didn't know how it worked. Yeah, but yeah, shabu shabu is my jam. Yo, when are we gonna do the JN meetup? We have to find a show where most of you guys are gonna be at, and we got to set that up. And either Kenny Wong or JRD is going to be in charge of the meetup. I've deputized you. You're an Avenger now, kid. Oh, thank you. That's more helpful. Japchae. All right. I'm not going to murder that. Matt says Greek food is so good. I miss a Greek fest here in Richmond. Did they not do it during pandemic? Yeah, like with the one that I go to, they kind of remix it for COVID. Like there was no chairs and tables. You ordered your stuff on an app, and then you came and just picked it up and got in your truck and bounced. The lines were a lot shorter, and I was just like, "Yo, this works for me." But yeah, and the last one they had tables out again, so it's starting to open back up. If the meetup is ever in NYC, I'm there. Well, you know what? I didn't sign on for New York Comic Con this year. I'm just not ready for that. But yeah, maybe in the near future. Never say never. But what I will say is, let's wrap this up, y'all. I had a fantastic time with you guys. I love you all. I liked what I love about this is that we get to come together for Tabernacle, for revival, because I know your week sucked. This was a sucky week, right? And you got through it. Wednesday, somewhere where you were getting like punched in the face by life, you go, is it Thursday? And we made it, you guys. And I was here for you. You were here for me. We shared a moment. And now you have to go back to your lives. But just remember the good times we had, you know? Experiences over things, right? This was an experience. And, you know, the maker's willing, I'll be back again next Thursday at 9 p.m. to do it all over again. Oh. Yeah, look at that. See? You get it. And, you know, I love you guys. Can't do this without you. And, you know, this is what it's about, right? Who else is going to do this with you? Nobody but JN. So let's take it home, you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. That was one for the road. Wait, hold on. So your homework. I want to see those Sue's poses, Sue's pose selfies, those SPSs. Inbox me. However you need to get there. Foot it, cab it, iron horse it. That's for you, Adam. I want to see those before next week so we can do the contest. All right. You've been watching. Where's my joint? Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN. Your internet safe space, your internet panic room. You come to me and you close the door of my heart and you hide inside when the world's too scary. What's wrong? Are you all right? I'll listen to your problems because I care. What happened tonight? You got to watch me run my mouth and drink coffee. And now that I'm out of coffee, hey, what's up, Chris? I didn't even know you were here. See you next time. Have a good weekend.